Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Jungkook looked at Taehyung wanting to say something, but he knew this stubborn kid wouldn't listen. He silently continued eating, trying to finish his meal quickly so he wouldn't have to witness this unhealthy eating habit. Taehyung noticed what Jungkook was doing. A playful smile curled down his lips. He leaned forward with a mysterious tone. I need money to buy a new few things. Jungkook paused, placing his fork and knife gently on the table. Already gave you your pocket money for this week. Yeah, but now I started going to school, so I spent it all in the canteen. Jungkook frowned. It's only been 3 days. I give you 300 won for any emergencies or needs. You spend it all in 3 days. Then folding his arm. Oh, now I need to give you bills for where I spend how much. I was hungry, so I ate at the canteen. Is that wrong? Jungkook sighed and looked at him seriously. The canteen sells food for 30 to 41. Are you saying you spend all 300 just eating? Taehyung mumbling, you act like you give me a fortune. I used to spend more than that on my dog Lego, and he passed away last year. Jungkook closed his eyes, trying to calm his rising irritation. Listen, kid, I give you 300 won per week. I don't have to give you anything, but I still do. You already have everything here. There is a cook who can make whatever you want, a driver who drop you and pick you up. You don't pay for transport, you don't pay for food, and if there is an emergency, you have my number. Why do you need extra money? Taehyung lowered his voice. My color palette is finished. Fencing, I need new paints. I can't sleep without painting. Jungkook looked away. That's your issue, not mine. At that moment, the cook arrived with a plate of burger and fries for Taehyung. He picked up the burger, looking straight into Jungkook's eyes, and took a big bite, chewing it just a few times before gulping it down. Taehyung remembered how the butler once told him that Jungkook should every bite immediately 32 times. At first he thought it was a joke, but he had observed it himself. Jungkook ate very slowly. Jungkook closed his eyes, struggling to keep calm. What is this? Food, I guess. Jungkook called out. Butler, how many times have I told you not to make these kind of foods? That took another bite. So yummy. Uncle, please make one more. The butler looked at Jungkook uncertain, but then spoke quietly. If you don't want to make it, then don't make any food for me. I will just stay hungry. Jungkook sighed heavily. He didn't want any argument. This early in the morning, he waved his hand at the butler. Just make whatever he wants. He didn't finish his food. He lost his appetite. Watching Taehyung eat like that quietly, Jungkook stood up and went to his room to rest. He was already dealing with a trouble. It is later while trying to sleep. Jungkook shouted from the room, can't you walk properly? I told you my head is hurting. Can't you keep it quiet? Help us. Sorry, sir. The glass slipped from my hand. Jungkook rubbed his forehead. The noise had made his headache worse. He got up, took his medicine and asked for water. But then when the helper handed it, the heavy glass slipped again and it hit the floor with a loud bang. He scolded the helper but asked everyone to keep silent. And an hour later, Jungkook's rest was once again disturbed by loud music and laughter. He tried to ignore it, but it was impossible. His head was throbbing. Jungkook forced himself out of the bed and opened the door. The sound of music system hit him like a Thunderclap. Jungkook held his hand, going ah, and then he shouted from the stairs, "What is going on here?" No one heard. No. He stormed down and turned off the music. Jungkook, what is happening here? Why did you turn off the music? My friends are here. We are having a small party. Jungkook gave him a sharp look, and who gave you permission? Then pulled him aside and whispered, I am new at school. I couldn't make friends because of studying from home. I brought if I invited them here, we could bond. That's why. Jungkook took a deep breath. Then why didn't you go out somewhere? Why here? I told you I'm not feeling well. Then he said, why waste money when everything available at home, right? And you didn't give me extra money either. So he used this place smartly, just moved a few couches to make some space. Do you want to dance with us? Jungkook, I don't care what you moved, but this is not acceptable. The party is over. Taehyung, why are you always like this? Am I that bad? I already lost my dad and my mom is so far away. Now if I can't make friends, I will be all alone. Is that what you want? You want me to end up like you, always alone? Jungkook looked at Taehyung, eyes softening. You are doing this on purpose, right? Taehyung smiled slightly and nodded. Remember I told you I would get back at you someday. Jungkook closed his eyes and whispered, fine, do whatever you want. Just try to be a happy kid. Even if you hate me, I still want you to smile. He unplugged the music system and walked away quietly. Back in the room, Jungkook threw a pillow against the wall, clenched his teeth. He hated shouting, hated disorder, and hated his emotion getting involved. Jungkook, Jihan, I swear when I come back up, you will regret doing this to me. But after a moment, he looked around. The room was a mess. His OCD kicked in. He started arranging everything back in place. After setting everything, he left the house, grabbing his things from the trunk of his car. He quietly set up an air balloon bed in the back seat, turning on AC and light under the blanket with his bearded pillow clenching it to his chest. The man who owned the biggest food chain in Korea, the man who lived in one of the luxurious mansions, was now sleeping in his car, all because of one emotional, mischievous boy, his brother's son. Taehyung woke up early and expecting to see Jungkook at the breakfast table like usual, but the seat was empty. Taehyung, uncle, where is Jungkook? Claire hesitated for a moment. Sir, Mr. Jian didn't came back last night. Taehyung blinked, confused. What? He didn't sleep at home, but he left around midnight with just a pillow and blanket. He said not to worry. Taehyung, voice soft and eyes lowering. Oh, Jungkook was still asleep in the car, rolled up in the back seat. The morning sun break through the tinted window. His phone buzzed beside him. He gone and sat up, checking the time. Jungkook to himself, I overslept. He looked at the driver's seat and saw the empty bottle of water and a cold sandwich. He didn't eat. His back ached and his eyes had dark circles. Jungkook murmured, what am I even doing? Suddenly he saw someone approaching in the rear view mirror. Taehyung knocked on the window. Hyung, are you in there? Jungkook opened the door slowly as he still sleepy. Jungkook, what are you doing here? Taehyung held up a small brown bag in his hands. I brought you breakfast. I thought maybe you didn't. Jungkook took the bag slowly, surprised. You cooked? Taehyung shook his head quickly. No, I just asked the cook to pack your favorite seaweed, soup, and rice. I just brought it. There was a silence between them. Jungkook stared at the food, then at Taehyung. Jungkook softly, why? Taehyung looked down at his face. Because you looked really tired yesterday, and I think I went too far with the party. Jungkook, I think. Taehyung nodding. Slowly, I didn't know you were really sick. I just thought. Jungkook said and took it away. It's not your fault. I am like this. Taehyung, I just can't handle noise and mess. It gets into my head. Taehyung, but you don't have to sleep in the car. You could have just told me to stop. I would have listened. Jungkook smiled friendly. Would you really have listened? Taehyung bit his lips. Maybe not at first, but I didn't mean to hurt you. Jungkook took a deep breath. Taehyung looked at him with something softer than before. Maybe guilt, maybe something else. Jungkook, you are a lot to handle, you know that? Taehyung a smile forming. Yeah, my mom says that too. Jungkook clenched slightly. The first laugh in his. Taehyung felt his chest tighten at the sound. Taehyung quietly, Uncle, can I ask you something? Jungkook, Taehyung, his voice barely a whisper. Do you hate living with me? Jungkook stared at him. The question catch him off guard. Jungkook, after a pause, no, I don't hate it, but I don't understand you yet. Taehyung looked at him, eyes wide. Will you try? Jungkook gazed at him, something soft blooming in his chest. Only if you do the same. They stood there for a moment, a strange silence between them, peaceful and unfamiliar. Taehyung smiled and gently placed a hand on Jungkook's arm. Taehyung, come home, uncle. It's cold outside. Jungkook smiled faintly. Fine, but do no more loud magic, okay? Taehyung grinning. Okay, maybe just soft. Jungkook raised an eyebrow. We will negotiate. That evening, Jungkook sat on the couch reading. Taehyung walked in with a small cup of warm tea. Taehyung, you didn't drink your coffee this morning, so I made you honey tea. Jungkook smiled slightly, accepting his thanks. Jungkook, Taehyung sat beside him, hesitated, then said, you know, you are not that scary when you are not shouting. Jungkook clenched, and you are not that annoying when you are not blasting music. They both laughed softly. Taehyung whispered, maybe we are not so different after all. Jungkook glancing at him, then whispered back, maybe not. The morning sun peeked through the large window. The mansion was quiet, but inside Taehyung's room there was excitement. Taehyung sitting on the bed, smiling to himself. 17th. Happy birthday to me. He looked around. The room was filled with decoration. His parents had already sent him lot birthday voice notes, but the one person who hadn't said anything yet was the one his heart waited for. Jungkook. Taehyung walking down the stairs, eyes scanning the living room. Uncle, are you home? Silence, butler. Mr. Jian left early today. He didn't leave a message. Taehyung smiled, drop it just a little. Taehyung muttering, he forget. Meanwhile, Jungkook stood in a quiet flower shop across town. He was holding a bouquet of white lilies and baby's birth. Frowning slightly, Jungkook to the florist. Do you think these are too soft? Florist is smiling. They are gentle, peaceful. You are buying them for someone you care about. Jungkook pausing. Yeah. He brought them away along with a box of pastries and a small, neatly wrapped gift. Back at home, things sat in the garden, poking at his birthday cake. His friends had sent video. Just then, a shadow fell over him. Jungkook clearing his throat. Hey, Taehyung looked up, shocked. Uncle Kookie. Jungkook stood in front of him, flowers in his hand, a gift in the other. Taehyung, you remember? Jungkook walking closer. I stopped. I don't forget important things. He placed the flower on the table. Did the box to Taehyung. Jungkook, I wasn't sure what you would like, so I got you something simple. Taehyung opened it slowly, a delicate silver bracelet with a small magic note. Charm. Taehyung eyes light up. You remember I played the piano? Jungkook rubbing his back of neck. It's just a bracelet. Taehyung hugging the box. Jungkook nodding slyly. Don't get used to it. They laughed. It was a slow, warm kind of laughter, the kind that only came when heart felt safe. After dinner, they sat in the garden under the stars. Jungkook brought out a small cupcake with a candle. Jungkook, make a wish. Taehyung closed his eyes gently. Okay, he wished for something he couldn't say out loud. He opened his eyes and blew out the candle. Jungkook clapped once. Jungkook, what did you wish for? Taehyung smiling. If I tell you it wouldn't come true. Jungkook watched him quietly for a moment. Something flickered in his eyes, maybe curiosity, maybe affection. Jungkook softly, you look happy. Taehyung, I am because you are here. Jungkook didn't say anything, but the way he looked at Taehyung said enough. Later that night, as they walked back to the house, Taehyung's fingers brushed against Jungkook's. Taehyung's soft voice, can I hold your hand? Jungkook looking down, startled. Why? Taehyung, because I want to. Jungkook hesitated for a moment, then he reached out and gently took Taehyung's hand. No words were said, but the silence between them was warm. Something that changed, something had begun. The morning sun breaked gently through the curtains and soft beam touched Taehyung's face. He blinked awake, eyes still sleepy, heart still full of magical. But the night he turned his head and saw the bracelet on his wrist. Taehyung whispering, smiling, Kookie uncle. His fingers touched the silver charm and closed his eyes again. He could still feel Jungkook's hand on his. The quiet walk under the stars and the sweet birthday surprise. Everything felt like a dream. A soft knock on the door brought him out of his memories. Jungkook, Taehyung, are you awake? Taehyung, yes, uncle. Come in. And can I call you only Kookie, please? Jungkook pushed the door open. He looked calm, but there was something unusual in his eyes, something tender. He held the phone in his hand. Jungkook, you can call me whatever you want. Now, come downstairs. Someone wants to talk to you. Taehyung confused. Who? Jungkook, you will see. He still in his pajamas, shirt and messy hair. Taehyung followed Jungkook downstairs. The living room was quiet, but the phone was placed on the speaker at the table. The screen said Kim Sia, Georgia State Detention Center. Taehyung stopped walking. His legs felt weak, his eyes wide, voice small and trembling. Taehyung, Ma. A soft voice came from the speaker, slightly rough but so familiar. Yeah, Uncle Taehyung, is it really you? His lips parted, tears filled his eyes instantly. Taehyung choking up. Mama. He ran up to the phone, kneeling in front of it, both hands trembling. Taehyung, is it real? I thought you didn't want to talk to me anymore. Say, Uncle, no baby, never. I wanted to talk to you every single day. I just couldn't. There was a problem with calls and I don't want you to hear me in the place like this. I held you in my arms and told myself he is going to be someone special. Taehyung sort covered his mouth. Jungkook stood quiet behind him, watching silently, his hands in his pockets. Yeah, Uncle, did you eat well? Did you smile today? Taehyung Kookie cooked for me. He brought me flowers and gave me this bracelet, and he got you on the phone. See you on the call. Gentle voice, he did all that. Taehyung nodding, he is always there when I needed him. See you on the call. That means you are not alone, baby. Even if I am far, you have someone looking after you. Taehyung wiped his tears, looking back at Jungkook. Taehyung Kookie, how did you? Jungkook, I pulled a few strings. I called some people. You don't deserve a birthday without your mom. Taehyung walked over and suddenly hugged him tightly. Taehyung, thank you for everything. Jungkook hesitated, then slowly wrapped his arm around Taehyung, patting his back. Jungkook, don't cry too much. It's your big day. You are going to a new school. To be continued. See you again in the next episode of this story. Have a sweet comment me down. I'll see you again. Bye bye. Love you. Bye.